Right, and then you guys kind of then said, hey, we're going to close out the show in an incredible way. We had heard about Fallout 76, but Todd came on and unleashed a bunch of information, online, nukes, 100% dedicated servers, the beta. I just from the noise you make here,
over here.
That's excitement to the next level.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I sweet talked my way onto this stage for this conversation.
Well, then what question?
I was going to say you should ask the first question.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about it, and then I'm going to ask all kinds of questions.
There you go.
Fallout 76 is another Fallout game. It's a prequel to all the others.
I have very in-depth questions. Are you ready?
Go.
Okay. Todd said that we'd be able to play solo.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, that's solo online, but there will still be other people on the server.
Correct, because they will be the other people, the other characters in the world. But the extent to which you interact with them, like, you would interact with them no differently than you'd interact with, like, it shouldn't matter whether it's a character that the game is controlling, that we've predetermined to do something and said, like, oh, this guy will attack the player when it comes into this area, or this guy will trade with the person. Like, it's up to the players to do that, but you can still play it solo, and it's not PvP like everybody just is trying to kill everybody else. Like, people can't grief you. They can't keep coming after you with and killing you over and over every time you respawn. Like, the game literally doesn't let you do that. Think of PvP more like a challenge. Like, I'm going through the world and I decide that I'm playing as kind of like, I'm gonna mess with people and be sort of a raider and like not have a base and just move around and so forth. If I see Marcus moving across, I can be like, hey, you wanna go? And you can be like, no, I'm good. And like, well, maybe there's a conflict there, but I can't just keep coming back after you. Like, if there is a conflict and you die and you're like, yeah, I'm good, like, then that's kind of the end of it. So you don't lose your progression, you don't get looted, you don't lose any of that stuff. We don't want it to be hardcore in terms of you lose progression when you die. It's supposed to be, you know, Todd used the word softcore. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a role-playing game. You have a character, you have stats and abilities, you're leveling up, you're getting better at stuff, not just it's a free-for-all, because that's just not what it's supposed to be. A role-playing game in a role-playing world, and it's post-apocalyptic, so it's supposed to be about what would the other people be like in this world. Well, I want to be a nomadic trader that trades with us. Well, then you should. Hey, I want to be a part of the Minutemen. Well, then you should start the Minutemen. Like, you be in the Minutemen and run around and help people. And like, I need help defending my settlement. Okay, I'll do it, but I want some money for that. Like, however you want to play it, like that's what role-playing can be. It can be lots of other things. It can be very scripted and dialogue trees and so forth, but it can also be like D&D. It can be like there's a very limited, there's very few rules, and you decide how you want to interact and what you want to do. It's
actually funny you said D&D, because you know, when I was watching and listening to Todd, I kind of said to myself, like, oh man, this is like a role player's dream. Actually, like, I could definitely see a lot of people playing the game in that way, which is awesome. But like, if you want to do the kind of stuff that you're probably used to in Fallout games, which is, look, I just want to do quests and I want to find cool areas to explore. Now, like, yes, you should do all of that. Like, of course, there's all of that in the game. There is a ridiculous number of quests. The map is 4 times the size. Like, it's absolutely massive. But you can do that and then decide at any given moment, hey, I do want to join up with somebody, or somebody invited me to group up to finish this quest or to do this thing, and I want to. Like, it's an option. It's a thing that you can choose to do however you want to play.
So there aren't any NPCs in this.
Correct.
Are we relying on players to become traders then?
You can use players as trader, but you don't, like anything, you can use the camp system and build and create workshops and stuff to create stuff. You can just find that stuff in the world. You can build it yourself. Like, so it's to whatever extent you want. Like, there's already crafting stations in the world, again, just like you'd find in any Fallout game, right? You don't have to build a cook fire to make food for yourself. Like, you will just find those out in the world if you want to, like, not be tied down to any one place. Or you could be like some folks did in Fallout 4, which is like, this is my home and I'm going to build it up and protect it from you know, creatures and other people, or I'm going to invite people and they can build as part of your thing and build an even bigger settlement. So it's up to the player to decide what of that they want to do and how they want to do it.
I just had one question in regards to, you know, what you've been talking about. Is like, is it possible that I might be able to have a character who's good and then my character who's bad?
Yeah, you can have multiple characters.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
It's not just like, well, that's your character and that's the only one you can play. You could have that same character flip-flop be a really good guy, and then suddenly, I mean, look, people do this in our games all the time. They play Fallout 4, they play Skyrim, they're really nice, and then suddenly like, I'm just gonna start killing everybody for absolutely no reason. Like, okay, it's your game. Like, so you can have different characters and sort of, you can have a character like, this is the one that I play with my buddies when I'm playing with them, and this is the one when I play solo. And just like other games, like, the way that you level up and the perks that you use, they can be purpose-built for somebody who's playing by themselves or somebody who's playing with others. So it is a really fungible, flexible, fun system. And we're trying to do it in a way that keeps people from too much of the negative, which is like, people keep screwing with me or screwing with my game. Like, yeah, we have a way to sort of stop them from doing that to the extent where it bothers you. Like, there still needs to be some tension, right? I see a person, like, are they helpful? Are they friendly? Are they not friendly?
That's actually the excitement of it.
That
like,
shouldn't
not
be any different than,
right?
like, I see a death claw. Like, I'm not getting griefed by a death claw when I keep trying to kill it and it kills me 5 times in a row. Like, that's just the game. But we want you in the same way to opt into that. No, I'm going to kill that thing. I'm going to get that guy or that lady that got me. You can opt into that, or you can be like, just like you would with a death claw that's in that spot, be like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go this way, and they can't mess with you, and you can just keep playing.
One of my favorite things about the Fallout games is the soundtracks. Is this going to have a radio station we can listen to? Is that a I can't talk about this days? Oh, okay.
We'll see. All right, fair enough.
I love the soundtrack so much.
It's definitely an iconic part.
Oh my God, so amazing.
All right, well, I know we could probably talk all the rest of the time about Fallout 76. I want to mention also the beta's happening, as well as you guys continue to be the leaders of like the dopest sort of things that you release with your games, and now we've got the power armor helmet. That
wearable
it's got a voice modulator, all that stuff.
Are you telling me that she doesn't want to sit on her couch with her Fallout 4 Pip-Boy on her arm?
I guarantee you, that's exactly what is going to happen.
Power armor helmet on her head in front with the voice modulator. And
if you didn't know, Kira already likes to do characters on her stream, so I'm sure that is not going to be a problem for you, right?
And I'm looking forward to the next 10 Fallouts when you release the rest of the power armor.
One piece at a time.
Yes.
By the time I'm dead, we might actually have a full
set of armor.
That is funny.
That's
all
the
right.
goal.